There I am. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to the CR&E Morning Brew. Good to see all the brew crew here. It's May 1st. Welcome to May. Happy birthday to my son. Actually, today is the day after his birthday. But either way. Who we got in here? Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Chris, I'm first. Tennessee River Union. Morning, Chris. Morning, Curly. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Railroad expert. Good morning, sir. Crapper Rails, good morning. Get this pulled up on here real quick before I get too far behind. Okay, railroad expert. I got to give you a wrench while you're able to click on other channels in the chat and go check them out. Holy mackerel! Who's this guy? I don't know who Awesome America is. I've heard of this guy called Attila. I've seen him around lately. I don't know where he's usually on Saturday nights with Anthony. What's going on, Artie? Curfew. Ronald, how are you? So kind of down there. Artie says he's getting there. Let's sort out still, but things are going in his favor finally. Almost got our freedom back. Australian immigration called the other day saying my citizenship is expired. I need to pay a renewal for your citizenship. You got to pay to be a citizen of Australia. Are you not from there originally, Artie? I always thought you were from there. Hey, Floyd. Oh, well. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear things are starting to hopefully wind down for you and get back to some sort of normalcy. Morning, Derek. Stu Structures, how are you doing this morning? Delta 9, how are you? Good morning. Rainy Chicago. Oh, no, probably coming our way then. Must be okay here today. I think it's 65 now. It's supposed to be 78, actually. Mostly cloudy, though. Around 4 p.m., about a 60% chance of rain. So probably coming this way from you guys in Chicago. Oh, man. I messed up my back Monday. I don't know what I did to it, man, but I'm like, I needed some muscle relaxers. I don't have them. Get these spasms, man. What the hell? And I got a lot of stuff I want to do. I actually got a long weekend this weekend, and I have some things I want to get done on the layout. Some outside stuff too. I actually got a guy coming today. Our front steps on our porch are. We donated our old piano. Finally got rid of this damn thing. I had it for years. Nobody plays it. I think when they came down out of the front of the house and on those steps, we've been here since 2008. So the deck, porch, whatever you want to call it, is at least that old. So what's that, 15, 16 years? Math is hard. Don't make me do math. Thanks. Yeah, he's 23 today. Friday, which would be tomorrow for him, right? Today's Thursday, so it's the hell time is it? 9:05, so it's 10 o'clock in the evening. So tomorrow, he's supposed to actually, at the end of the week, kind of ceremony that they do, he's supposed to actually get his sergeant, get promoted to sergeant officially. It's been a long, drawn-out process, but anyway, but thank you. I'll let him know you said happy birthday. Where the hell was I going with the other story? I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, anyway, so he's going to come over and look at fixing those steps for me. And a couple other things he's going to look at too. But there's a lot of flooding in my backyard, especially like spring. It thaws out during the winter. It's like a small pond back there. It's not supposed to be. So he's going to give me an estimate on how much to take care of that for me. Put in some drainage pipe and stuff like that. What's going on, Steve? Yeah, finally get my hair cut today too. I'm overdue for that. And I'm finally feeling better. For a good 2 weeks feeling like crap. John, how you doing? Morning. Hey, Steve. Nobody went up on Tuesday, man. I totally forgot it was Tuesday for On Track Tuesday. A lot of being the fifth week, a lot of times we'll go up together or have a special guest or somebody, you know. And being I was kind of been out of it and so on and so forth. I had mentioned on my week of On Track Tuesday that maybe it would be kind of cool to see if Tony would want to actually do it. But then I never followed through on it or followed up on it. And so it would be kind of cool. Like, I think the next one's in July, maybe. I'd love Tony to still be a part of the On Track Tuesday show. I mean, I don't know if he really still wants to be, but I like Tony. Who's definitely an asset to the show. And while Steve is definitely an awesome replacement and glad to have you, I wouldn't mind, you know, maybe on some of these special weeks if Tony was available to still kind of join in. I think that'd be kind of cool, actually. But anyway, so sorry, guys. Nobody went up on Track Tuesday. No James Galton on this junction texted me. He's like, hey, who's going up? I'm like, not me. I don't know who's going up, but not me. I was actually out with the wife, so. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. Skokill, John, how you doing? Hey, Burleson, good morning. Yeah, you too, Stu. Let me see. I would call you Stu. I know that's not your name, but I'm terrible with names. I know your name's not Stu. Can't remember. Is it Mark? Mark, maybe not. Just guessing. Hey, there's Dwayne. Dwayne, looking good, man. The trees are coming out nice. It's amazing how, I think I commented this almost exactly. It's amazing how some trees and people and vehicles on the layout make it look alive, you know. Like the town scene that I have up here, you know, it's on camera. You know, it looks good, but I definitely have to put more people up and I have to put more. There's some areas I want to put some greenery, you know, things like that, just to kind of make it look a little more alive. I'll let this run through and I'll come back to the other camera. But so yeah, but it's looking good, Dwayne. Looking good. Oh yeah, you've always had good work, man. You're one of the guys that because you model the fall colors, at least on the old layout you did. You kind of were one of the guys that really helped me decide just by watching your stuff that I wanted to go with fall. I've always wanted to try it, but never felt comfortable enough to do it. And just looking at all the awesome work you've done, it gave me the, let me give this a try. You know what I mean? So you influenced me some, Dwayne. You influenced me, buddy. So, yeah, I haven't done anything else since I showed this last week, or I don't remember last week on this show, if it was last week on Track Tuesday. Yeah, nothing really changed there. Eventually. I think I want to concentrate up on this area this week. If this is the right camera? Nope. Am I? Yeah. So I want to work on getting in the backdrop boards and just get them painted blue on the wall here in the middle to the right. Get those up, get these tracks kind of in place this weekend. love to get the engine house figured out where I want it to go and possibly sunk in where it has to go. Like I told you, I'm gonna have to cut the plywood to set it in place. So I'm hoping to be able to get that situated this weekend. Originally, I was going to go down to Maryland for the Mornng show this weekend. However, I've been sick, and yeah, no, I mean, still the same here. If he ever wants to fill in, he's always welcome to fill in. But I was just thinking that'd be a way to still kind of keep him involved in the show some, and then do those fifth Tuesdays. There's generally 4 or 5 of them throughout the year, But I don't remember where I left off. But I'm just going to continue on. If I miss anybody, I apologize. Hello to everybody. I haven't said hi. There's Dave BNSF drizzling here up north. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to get some drizzle here too. So get him, Floyd. Hey, if you don't mind, guys, hit that thumbs up. Rain this afternoon. The Wheel of Doom. Oh, I'm not up. It says I'm live. I don't see anything spinning on my end. Rain this weekend here in downtown Montreal. I think we're supposed to have rain kind of on and off anyways this weekend as well. Yeah. Friday, 65%. Today, 59%. 81% Saturday. 50% Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Back down into like the 50s for highs. Today's going to be the nicest day of the next 5 or 6 anyway. It's supposed to be 78. So, anyways. Yeah. You're doing yours 31. I went backwards in the chat. Fighting ticks today. Pick a ton of them off. The horses just getting a couple of hits ride home. Oh, no joke. It's like a time of year for them. It's supposed to be Bertoni, but he's still building up his train layout in his new house. So it's a slow process. Well, yeah. I mean, well, that's just it. It's just, as far as doing On Track Tuesday, you don't have to even have a layout. You just, be interested in what we're doing is all. You be interested in trains and that type of thing. That's why we're just saying that even before, there's no reason why if he wanted to, he could still go up even if he's not building a layout, But now he is slowly but surely getting things going again. So it'd be kind of cool to see what he's got going on. I put a couple videos up, Tony did. Steve 87, morning all sick day, thought I'd stop by. Oh, yeah, man, it's this ick has been going around, man. I had it for a couple weeks. Feel decent, but still not 100%. And then, like I said, I tweaked my back, so that's killing me. But reset his modem. Yeah, Dwayne, for sure, man. Sure. Good stuff going on here. Good guy, man. A couple of ticks on the horses were the size of small grapes. They explode spectacularly when you stomp. You can disguise a coffee maker as a coffee shop. You'll be all set. Yeah, no joke. She will, my wife, she will not let me have a coffee pot down here. Number one, she says I drink too much coffee, which she's not wrong. Number two, she says, you never come up. You never come up for air. Well, I have to. Eventually, I'd have to pee, so I'd have to come up because there's no bathroom down here. So, which I'd love to put a bathroom down here, but here again, you know. Next Tuesday is Indian Head. Yeah, Wilmer's up next Tuesday. It's coming up week. We'll go Wilmer, then it goes to Steve, and then Robert, and then me. It's just this last month, we had 5 Tuesdays. So usually we try to do something, whether we all go up together or a special guest or somebody else hosts it. But, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, none of us professionals at that stuff. Hey, Mikey. Morning, Mararos and enthusiasts. That would be us. Storming up there today. Yeah, we're supposed to get some later here. Probably coming from you guys that way. There, a little bit better. Getting there. I don't know what is there actually anybody that actually did a hobo shoestring like tag? I'm terrible at like kind of freehand stuff and like just think of things off the top of my mind. A lot of the graffiti that you've seen on some of my rail cars is from decals you can buy. I've tried to draw some stuff and it comes out okay, but I'm not great at it. Yeah, that's a sad story. I don't know if did any truth ever come out about that? Like what actually happened? Was he sick? Did he take his own life? I mean, I don't know. It just seems like he just all of a sudden was gone. Then they found him. Wasn't he in a pond or something? I could be 100% wrong on that. I remember there was quite a few YouTubers that were posting stuff back when he was missing. And I haven't really seen much since then, or if there's been any kind of like investigations or updates on any of that. If you know anything, feel free to share it. Hey, storm your house. I said hi to Dwight. Dwight was in early, right? Hey, Dwight. I didn't say hi. Oh, because of the storms and everything? Floating. Or he's going to buy a rowboat and come over here to see me. I was kind of picking up ticks here. I honestly can say I don't think I ever really had any issues with a tick. But I don't live out of country either, so I don't know that it probably has a little more. It'd be more apt to get them out there. Oh, you'd think I did with all the damn deer running around here. I wonder why that is. Yeah, right. Pyrotechnics with the booms being out there. Little electric, little lightning hitting those booms. Thank you. If you're talking about me, thank you. Hey, Chris. Well, train aficionado. I'm saying that correctly. Aficionado. That train just stopped. No. Nothing stopped. I don't think. It's all running. He already was here. He was having internet trouble, so of course it's late for him over there. Like 11:21. Hey, Lee, good afternoon. Lee, I added London into my world clock here. My daughter's going to be living over there. Yeah, we got like a really short storm last night. Was it last night? Last night, or maybe it was Tuesday. I can't remember now. And it rained kind of heavy, and then it was gone. So, okay with that. I think it was Tuesday. Like in the afternoon. Hey, Mike. You run around, Mike. Good to see you. Yeah. So, anyways, chickens are tick terminators. What, they eat them? The hospital last Thursday because me and my dad were fishing and my dad hooked me in the ear. Oh, no shit. That had to hurt. Meet and greet. I don't know. Mike, when is the meet and greet? Oh, you mean the one in August? Um, Never mind. I thought you meant, let's get OVR. I don't know. I have to mention it to her. I would like to come up for it. I don't know if we can get the time. We have passports, so it's not bad. But I have to find out. I would like to come up. I know she'd like to see Vicky as well. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Neither have I, but CYMRE Rails. How are you? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are as well. Find you in here, I'll give you a thing. A wrench. I gotta go on my phone to find it. I don't see him up there. Yeah, hook the fish, not your buddies. Yeah. And this guy just coming up in August. Yeah, I bet that did. Bleed a lot. Steve. Yeah, you already got it pierced. You might as well just throw something in it, right? Yeah. Again, I'm a city boy, man. I don't know nothing about the country. I don't know nothing about chickens, horses, none of that shit. I'm okay with it. Never been my thing. But yeah, good. We just got some eggs from a friend of ours who has chickens. She brought them home last night, actually. Brought them over last night. So I'm going to have some of those after the show's over. Harvesting starts, so we need to be around for that. Too bad it wasn't in early October. Yeah. Well, at least August will still be good weather. It'll be nice and warm. Should still be pretty warm, anyways. Get to harvest on this guy. Yeah, man, I would like to get up there for that. Even if it's just for some of it, And then still getting a circle of dome. Oh well. Means it's time to go to bed already. Yeah, man. Let me know if you're coming in. I'd like to either come down here or we can meet somewhere like we did last time. Do some rail fanning when it's not 3 degrees outside. It was a fun day, but boy, it was a cold day. jerk bait. Hey, Anthony, morning. So we normally be driving down to Anthony's today, but we decided not to go down this year. Between being sick and then my daughter's actually, she had surgery on her foot, so I'm running her around to a bunch of appointments and stuff. I went and picked her up this morning, so she come over and do laundry, and I got to take her a little bit after the show here around noon to go follow-up appointment, and she has some shit to do tomorrow too, something to do with her going over to London, so she has to take some testing for their licensures over there. So just a lot of stuff kind of going on. Well, she's going to be moving in here for about a month and a half or so before she goes over because the lease is up in her apartment. So it's going to be a busy couple months here. Morning, Wesley. How are you? Fishing for bass. Just never finish his fence so we could let the chickens wander. Yeah, my neighbor behind me with his illegal chickens. One good thing that came out of it was I did get a privacy fence put up along the back of my yard by him. I got tired of them getting out and people calling the city on them. Apparently, the city's not going to make them, not going to enforce their ordinances and make them get rid of the chickens. So that's always great. Good thing we have laws. Yes, Steve. I don't know if you were around last week when I announced that. Yeah, she, her and another nurse that I work with, they're like best friends. They both took positions in the PACU at Cleveland Clinic, London, and they're moving over there. So they'll be there. It's a 2-year contract. So it's very, like, I'm super excited for them and for her, but it's like very bittersweet too. Number one, I'm going to miss her being around, and then number two, I work with her, so it's kind of fun. So I'm going to miss my work buddy too, you know. So you need to go ride the Tennessee Valley Road in Chattanooga. There's the Somerville, Georgia from Chattanooga. Been to Chattanooga once. I didn't ride any trains or anything there. On our way back from Florida, we stayed there, I think overnight on the way back or on the way down. I don't remember now. And cool little town. I would go back. I know the nickel plate 765, 756, 765. I don't know the number. Is here in Cleveland, running, it's called Steam in the Valley, running the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. I wrote it a few years ago when I was here. And Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad has it on loan from Fort Wayne Society or something over Fort Wayne. So they came up last week, I think. So I don't know how long it's going to be here. But yeah, and that's another thing why, like, August, I don't know if we're coming up there. We might be going to London. I'm trying to get my son. My son needs to get his passport because it's such a friggin' expensive trip to go to South Korea. We're hoping to kind of work it out where he can meet us in London. Like we can all go to like London or somewhere in that area, anyways. But if I understand it right, the military passport, or whatever it is he has to travel with the military, cannot be used for just travel. Like you still have to have a regular passport, and that's nothing new. I guess it's always been like that. What he says, no, I don't know. But unfortunately, he forgot to bring home his birth certificate and that when he came home at Christmas last year, because we were going to get him all set up then, you know. Guess what, guys? I'm retired. Hobbies 24/7. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome, man. I look forward to the day that I can say that. Not soon enough. Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Sorry, I know I am behind there a little bit, but well, then there's no excuses to get that railroad together. Well, you already got a lot going on there, but that's awesome. Congrats. So what have I been doing? That's my plans. I want to get some work done on the railroad this weekend. Well, you must be cooking it because ain't nobody cooking it here. I wish they were. Damn it. The least I could do is make me breakfast. Hey, Tony B. How you doing, Tony? Yeah, that's right, Anthony. Hopefully next year. Damn. I'm gonna be the only schlep working still. Yes, I know on a military passport. When I was in the Navy, I had to get a civilian passport because I did until courier stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I don't know. That's what he says, anyways. That he needs a regular passport. So, but to get that, he has to go to the embassy in Seoul, and he's a couple hours away from Seoul. I don't want to hear it, Anthony. You and that work stuff getting in the way of my show. Let's see. He says, since my forced retirement started earlier this week, I've been busier more now than when I was ready. You're retired too now? Bastard. You better get some money together and travel over here because I'm too damn poor to travel over there. Well, that's the, Curly, that's the shitty, sad, whatever part you want to, however you want to word it about it. You work your whole goddamn life and hope to God you stayed, did enough shit to stay healthy enough to make it to retirement and then still be able to do shit once you're retired, health wise and wealth wise, being able to afford to do some things. But yeah, I mean, you spend 40, 50 years of your life already working just to get to that point. So, oh well. Oh well. What are you going to do? I'm caught up. Okay, show's over. It only took me half an hour, 35 minutes. What do you think in the 80s you could travel without needing a passport? And in the rare country that required a passport, they would accept a military passport. It's confusing. Yeah, I don't know. But we're going to see what happens. I know we're all getting on his ass to make it a point to go do that, but I'm sure it's easier said than done getting to the embassy and getting the time off to go. First thing I told him was that you need to either go online or call them or something, if that's even possible, to find out if you need an appointment to see somebody or to go do this. Because if you're going to have to, make arrangements to get the time off to go. You don't want to get there and they say, "Oh, well, you needed an appointment." All right, Andy. Good luck, man. Go get him. That's true, Grandpa. Trying to, man. and work-life balance, and that's I really can't complain, to be honest with you. For not being retired, I do get a decent amount of time off, as you guys probably have noticed. Working 3 days a week, and I work every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So like every other day I'm off. So, work a day, off a day, work a day, off a day, work a day, off the weekend. Um, so, it's not bad. It's not bad at all for having to work. And like this week, because I wanted a long weekend, I was able to work Sunday and Monday, which is odd for me to work 2 days back to back. And then I worked yesterday, off Tuesday, worked yesterday, but now I'm off until actually I took Monday off and I'm going to work next Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So I have like 6 days off. It was like taking a vacation without having to use any like paid time off or anything. So every once in a while I'll try to work it out like that. And like I said, I set it up because originally I was going to go down to Maryland to see Anthony and then to go to Timonium and the train show and all that stuff. But just too much stuff going on. And then I wasn't feeling good and still kind of better, but not 100%. Guys, don't tell Anthony. He's kind of old. I don't want to bring any kind of shit down there to make him sick. And then, God forbid, I could say it. He's not here. He went to work. Just teasing Anthony. But seriously, I didn't want to bring everything down. I was still sick, and plus, like I said, my daughter needed my help doing all this other running around, and that with her foot, it's her driving foot, so it's her right foot, so she can't drive. She has this big walking boot on that she has to wear, and it's kind of hard to drive with it. So I'm surprised if the base he is on doesn't have resources of getting a regular pass, but he's not in a regular base. He's kind of like an offshoot kind of base. It's right up on the line with North Korea. It's not Camp Casey. It's not the regular base. Casey, you can't do that there. You have to go to the embassy, they say. I don't know. I'm only going by what he says. I don't know. I can't do it for him. So he's going to have to figure it out. Oh, yeah. We never used to have them. So what about, when did they come up with that? My kids were little. It was in the early 2000s. I think it was after 9/11 probably is what happened. A lot of shit changed that day. A lot of stuff. Yeah, Mike, that's what I mean. I can't really complain for having to work. And it's considered full time. It's 36 hours a week. But that's the funny thing. I was talking to a guy that I used to work with at Cisco Foods. Man, you guys know I was a truck driver for 21 years. Spent about 12 years driving for them. It was a union job, and for that time in my life, it was a good paying job, But, we did a lot of overtime. We worked a lot of like 50, 60-hour weeks, almost every week. And, like when I decided to go to become a nurse, and they were talking about 3 days, 12-hour days. It's like, that's it? I'm doing 514s now, 512s, 514s now. So you said 3 days. Shit, sign me up, man. And making the same, if not more. I'm making way more now than I ever did. Not rich, don't get me wrong. I'm not bragging or nothing like that, believe me. But I was talking to him, and he's like, holy shit, you make that kind of money now? Like, yeah, man. And I'm only working 36 hours a week. He's like, fuck, man. And I see why you went and did that. Like, plus I find it more satisfying. I was just getting very, very disgruntled being a truck driver. I just couldn't do it anymore. I don't like driving. I don't like it at all anymore. I drive a mile back and forth to work, and that's even more than I want to do. I just don't like traffic. I don't like driving with people. If I could just drive on the open road, nobody in my way, no major traffic, I'm fine. You start getting dumbasses on the road, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the dumbass. Yeah, and we thought about just doing that, but with my son being in South Korea, we figured we were going to try to go over there. Now, he'll be there till probably this time next year or next summer, I think. And I don't know if he's getting out or what he's doing. He's going to come back from there, come back stateside at the very least. I'm not sure what he's going to do, though. He's talking about maybe going guard or reserves, maybe. Supposed to have fun. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. You got to get there first, and you got to get there healthy enough and with enough resources to have fun. You know, unfortunately, a lot of us, you know, um, yeah, I already. Steve lives a couple hours from me, actually. Heard of it all. You're right, man. I don't live in Ohio. Born and raised, man. Buckeye through and through. Yeah, I was never close enough to the border to do that, but like Detroit's only about 2.5 hours across there. Same thing, Niagara is a little further. It's like three and a half up to Buffalo and across Niagara. 36 hours, 50 to 70. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I used to do back in the day. It takes a toll, man. But the sad thing about it is, and because this guy's he's like 15 years older than me, that I used to work with. But yeah, I just turned 54 in January. So I would have been able to retire last year. Well, from Cisco, anyways. Well, from the Teamsters, I had my 30 years in. Last year, no, the year before last, when I was 53, I had my 30 years in. So, yeah, what are you going to do, though, right? I may have been crippled if I'd have stayed there. The only good thing with that job, though, was I was very strong. Like, I've always been a big guy. Don't get me wrong, overweight a little bit or a lot, depending when you see me. But I was always very strong. Because I always had jobs that were physical like that. Yeah, you're not wrong, Tony. I know, because oh, there you go. Yeah, they use blinkers where you live. Rates are in the toilet rates. It's running fine on my end. As I know. There's StreamYards. What's all this stuff off to the side now? It says add new scene, demo scene 1, demo scene 2. And it's got me down here at the bottom of the screen. You know anything about it, Artie? You run StreamYards. Oh, you know what driving is. Yeah, I don't know. It was always hourly. No, the last job I had was by the load. That kind of sucked. I was always an hourly driver. North American. Damn. 2031. That's a long time. I think I was only good for 4 years here. Unless they've changed it. When the hell is mine up? I think 27. I got to look at that. When did I get it renewed? I better look at that. Yeah, well, look, I got all this time off, and I'm not doing anywhere near what I could be doing on this layout. Peterbilt. Back to the cranes, yeah. Driving's a rough life, Mike. You know that. It's rough. I did it, and I was home every night, so it wasn't as bad because it was local, or it was like tri-state where you can get out and get back the same day, or at the very least, over like an overnight route I had for Cisco for a while. At least run up to the Detroit area, up to Lansing. Like I leave Monday morning super early, come back Tuesday afternoon, be off Wednesday, and then do it again on Thursday, Friday, and then be off the weekend. But I started at like 1 in the morning. So it sounded good, but your off day, you still had to go to bed so early so you can be up to go run basically overnight, you know. We used to deliver Texas Roadhouses and Cookers. Cookers was an old restaurant that used to be around. They're out of business a while now. And nice. I guess my dad had a 500. He had a Kenworth. I think it was an 89. 4.25 cat, I think he had. 13 speed. Which is pretty top of the line for back then. 355 rears. Well, good morning. How's it going? I see you've been up live quite a bit. I haven't had a chance to jump in there, man. Hey, James. But yeah, my dad was an over-the-road driver his whole life, man. He was 50 plus years of doing that. He was never home. Oh, is that right? Okay. I know they had made it where you can get your license plates for like 2 years instead of 1 year, something like that. Of course, you got to pay for it, you know, but you guys have to do where you're at, Steve. You have to do the e-checks and all that stuff for the state. When they first started that environmental shit, it was just like the bigger cities like Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus. It wasn't like the rural areas. It's all a scam anyways. But I used to do Columbus on my way to the southern compound. I got buzzed by a Tesla. Chasing a Lamborghini. Man. Yeah. Yeah. And if you're a single guy, I guess it's whatever, you know, if you're just interested in making money, kind of hard to like have a life doing that though, you know. Even if you did meet somebody, you know, as far as hard to have a girlfriend, a wife, any of that, you know. Never home. But I've placed a lot of work into my graphic use interface, made some good changes. I think chat, man. If you have time, please check out. Yeah, check that out. It's pretty cool, man. You can actually drive a train on this layout, like on your phone or whatever. You know, I was doing it the one day where I had to I had you up on the TV, and I had my phone out, and I was controlling over my phone. Yeah, see. Now, when it first came out, it was like $20 to get it done. And I don't know what happened, but then we didn't have to actually pay money. I'm sure it's all in the tax money, anyways, you know, through our taxes. But and again, it wasn't everywhere. I guess apparently it's not everywhere. You're not having to do it down there where you're at. But every other year, like if your car's an odd year, say your car's a 2013, you'll have to do it this year when you renew your plates. And next year you don't have to do it. You know, even years, odd years, whatever your car is, when you have to have the e-check done, and then you got to send that paperwork in with, or either bring it in or send it in, depending on how you do your plates. You can either do them by mail or you can go into the bureau. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Yeah. Now my son is talking about possibly getting into that if he gets out. Also, I know that you'll have to do like EMT and that. You know, most of your fire departments anymore want you to be paramedic or something on top of that firefighting. So I think it was the boy's 13th birthday. He said, "You're not going to be mad. They're going to be." Oh, that made you. You went home for his 13th birthday, and that's what made you hang up the keys. Yeah, gotcha. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like, I don't think I ever resented my dad for not being around, but he was never around, man. And not like he was intentionally absent. He was, financially supported the family, you know what I mean? But he was gone. He missed most of our stuff. Like, I think he might have seen me one or two games when I played football and stuff like that in high school. But most things he wasn't around for, He missed Christmas one year. He said he'll never do that again. So he was always home for Christmas and usually stay home till New Year's. Like, he took like that week off. We never did like vacations and stuff because he drove all the time. He didn't want to go anywhere. He wanted to come home. He didn't want to go more places, We hardly ever ate out. It had to be like a real special occasion. Because he always ate out, he ate every meal out. But he had a cooler. He eventually had like a cooler or a little refrigerator in the truck. So he would bring stuff with him, But yeah, I mean, mostly you eat out. Let's did you get a passport nowadays? I don't know. I did the expedited. I got mine like in June that year, and I was coming up. I went and started the process. It was like early June. I was going up. Anthony and I went up to see Mike and the guys up at OVR. When the hell was it? Was it September, October when that event was? And I paid for the expedited, get it done quicker, and probably didn't have to. I don't know if I got it quicker or not. But I would probably look at doing it now, sooner than later. Yeah, okay. 6 weeks. 10-year passport. Person lived in Elyria, I think it was, and he registered. He would have been exempt anyways as a historic vehicle. I think if you're 25 years or older, your vehicle is considered historic, and it doesn't have to meet all the emissions requirements. But that's cool. 75 Trans Am. Oh, good morning, Matt. Sorry to have you into work. But good morning, anyways. So we have to get it done ASAP. The event is the weekend of, I think, August 22nd, 24th, somewhere in that area. Hey, guys. What's going on, Mike? And I think Nick, right? Mike and Nick. Astoria, Ohio, Mountain Club. Well, I think I'm going to actually head out here. It sounds like my guy, I can hear him banging out there on the steps. So I think he's here to check out those front porch steps to get those fixed. I want to go out there and talk to him. And into the show, check out this year's meet and greet video. Yeah, that's true. I put one on my about page over there on my Facebook page. I just reposted. I shared the video from Sparky, but yeah, he talks all about it. It sounds like it's going to be a really cool meet and greet. Yeah, how did you know? I'm getting low on coffee, but yeah, how did you know? Yeah, I'm going to try to post a video up sometime this weekend or at the end of the weekend just to show what I've done. And then we'll talk more about that on Thursday next week. Just what I got accomplished, That's my goal. should be able to get something done. I just got to get motivated to go do it. You know, that's kind of my problem is motivation and wanting to make a mess and not just run trains. Because I enjoy just running the trains, you know. So, anyways, yeah, you know, I'm kind of a teeny bit early this week, but that's okay. I need to get to work. And, you know, we'll talk to you next time. Have a great weekend. I think Artie said he's back on his channel this coming Saturday. He's back up and running again. So check Artie out Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And, you know, you'll give him a hard time. Welcome him back. I know he's been kind of a little incognito over the last several months with everything going on. So we'll talk to you guys later. For all you guys going to Timonium this weekend, have a great time. Be safe. Buy some cool shit. And do some videos. Show it off. All right. Talk to you later. Bye for now.